Hello, welcome to Inspired 99. On this video, we are going to talk about 6 headlines on Mr. Olympia's 2022 weekend. Last weekend witnessed the conclusion of the 2022 Mr. Olympia competition, which saw 11 champions claim the most coveted title in bodybuilding. Hadi Choopan won a historic match to become the first Iranian Mr. Olympia and the 17th man to hold a Sandow. Along with Choopan, Derek Lunsford, the former champion of the 212 Olympia, who was given a special invitation to compete in the men's open, finished in second place. Many people think that two former 212 contestants' physiques symbolize the future of the open class because they won gold and silver. Nick Walker, who finished third and improved significantly since the 2021 Olympia, completed the podium. In fact, Steve Weinberger, the head judge, said that the mutant might develop into a future Mr. Olympia. Walker left Sin City with the People's Champ Award, which is an encouraging indication for the future. Sean Clarida decided to return despite losing the 212 championship to Lunsford the previous year, even though he was qualified for both the 212 and the men's open. Fans believe Clarida dominated his second Olympia victory, which raised debates regarding his prospects of contending in the men's open division. Aaron Banks defeated Brandon Hendrickson to become the new champion, while Chris Bumstead won his 4th Classic Physique Olympia championship to cap off a memorable evening. Some of the most significant news items from the 2022 Mr. Olympia competition are included here. 1. Is 212 bodybuilding taking over the men's open? Hadi Choopan won the 2022 Olympia, despite not having a larger build than competitors Ramy and Brandon Curry. Choopan's achievements in the 212 and the open show that size isn't always a benefit. Derek Lunsford entering the stage was possibly one of the evening's most surprising events. He delivered the wow factor to Vegas, much like his guest posing appearance at the Pittsburgh Pro in 2022. Under the direction of Coach Haney Rambaud, he put on a lot of weight to make the transition into the open. Many people think judges are starting to emphasize characteristics typical of the 212 bodybuilding division, such as shape, condition, and balance, given that Choopan and Lunsford placed first and second, respectively. Sean Clarida, meanwhile, captured the 212 Olympia championship for the second time while displaying some of the strongest conditioning in the field. Many believed he would have had a good opportunity to be on the podium if he had competed on the open stage. Others were inspired by Sean's success to consider how former 7-time 212 Olympia Flex Lewis could have performed if he switched sports. After all, one of his strongest weapons had always been training. It appears likely that more athletes from the division will try out the Open in 2023 given the success that 212 bodybuilding contestants had last weekend. 2. Sean Clarida becomes a 2-time 212 Olympia champion. Sean Clarida established himself as a 2-time 212 Olympia champion over the past weekend. He entered the competition with astounding condition and vascularity, sparking speculation about how he would fare in the men's open. Derek Lunsford, a former opponent, recently created Olympian history by coming close to winning the Mr. Olympia crown in his open class debut. In the end, Clarida accomplished a feat like to Olympian Jay Cutler's 4 times. After losing his title the year before, he was able to reclaim it. 3. Hadi Choopan becomes first Iranian-born Mr. Olympia, shakes up the men's open division. Hadi Choopan entered the 2022 Olympics as the picture of consistency, having never placed worse than 4th. The enthusiasm and assurance of the Persian Wolf were palpable during the prejudging and finals. After 23 years of arduous struggle and sacrifice, the victory was dedicated to the Iranian women. His triumph demonstrated that, in the open class, bigger isn't always better. This year's Mr. Olympia winner Hadi Choopan proved that physical stature is not the sole indicator of success in the competition. It is uncertain whether Choopan's victory will be a one-time occurrence or whether someone like Nick Walker will someday overtake Choopan. The lesson that Choopan's triumph sends to all athletes is that there are other things besides size that can contribute to success. Sandow Big Ramy Elsbier, a former 2-time champion, placed 5th at the 2022 Mr. Olympia. The last time a reigning champion was defeated this far back was almost 40 years ago. It should go without saying that Choopan's triumph shocked the men's open division and emphasized the need of bringing top-notch conditioning. 4. Aaron Banks causes major shakeup after beating 2x Olympia Brandon Hendrickson for gold. The beach body category's appeal is only growing. Aaron Banks underwent a significant physical transformation to be able to compete on the Olympia stage, thus his feat is nothing short of spectacular. Next year, when he defends his title, he already has a few opponents lined up. Prior to Olympia's demise, Jeremy Buendia, a former 4-time men's physique Olympian, and Banks traded blows. Fans would love nothing more than to see Banks and Buendia settle the score at the 2023 Olympia, as Buendia has already declared his intention to make a comeback. 5. Chris Bumstead wins 4th title. Classic physique popularity continues to grow. The Mr. Olympia title is better represented by classic physique body, according to bodybuilding great Arnold Schwarzenegger. Last weekend, Chris Bumstead won his 4th Olympia in the classic physique category and once again improved the stage. Many fans believed earlier this year that classic physique will replace the Open because it was the final division to be included at the 2022 Boston Pro. In the end, Urs Kelsinski, a friendly foe of Bumstead's, won the competition. According to Schwarzenegger, proportions have been neglected in open bodybuilding. He stated that the Mr. Olympia should be the classic physique category since they have greater proportions, balance, and symmetry. 6. Nick Walker is the future of open bodybuilding. At the 2022 Mr. Olympia, Nick Walker came in 3rd place and received the People's Champ Award. Walker improved his physique significantly throughout the course of the season to move up from 5th position in 2021. Steve Weinberger, the chief judge at this year's Olympia, gave Nick's performance a grade. For the Olympia the following year, Weinberger recommended that Walker add more muscle while maintaining a trim waist. Walker is quite hazardous on stage because of his zeal, dependability, and work ethic. His most recent Olympia performance is a positive indicator of what lies ahead.